I'm trying to get you guys all the copies just so you can.
I don't, I'm sorry.
What's that? Yeah, just a second. We're all oh, I got a quote for lawn mowing, someone wrote apologies.
I don't know. On that website.
I didn't.
Yeah, I was like, what in the world?
This is the last one. Oh, it's that. Yeah, I'll compare them.
Calling the meeting to order.
Yeah.
Start by saying the full. Oh, Jim. I finally looked the right way. Follow me. Yeah.
We're changing everything around.
Thank you, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Start.
Roll call. Cindy Gasky. Here. Tom Tice. Here. Haley Rondo. Here. Anthony Silva. Here. Cindy Smith is here.
Does anybody have any corrections or additions to the agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Motion to approve the agenda
As presented.
Come on, Paul. Get the word out.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Public comment. Anybody that has anything to say?
I'm it. I'm it.
You'll have to tell everybody who you are.
I'm Jim Claridge, 575 Oak Street, Silver Lake. First, I'd like to start by thanking each of you for everything you do for the township.
Push that button on your mic.
Oh, it's not on? It's green light now. How's that? Table for four. Hey, thanks for everything you guys do for the township. I'm going to start by saying that. I know it's not easy. I had a couple stints on the planning commission. I know it's not easy. But thank you again. As you may or may not know, I was the Economic Development Director in Alpena, across Alcona County, also handled Presque County and assisted with projects in Alcona and Montmorency County. I also served on the Alpena Brownfield Commission for 3 years and the NEMCOG Region 3 Economic Development Collaborative for 9 years. I've been a part-time resident of Upper Lake for 35, full-time for 15, and like I said, I had a couple short stints on the Calidonia Planning Commission. It's not usually my nature to approach the township with issues and that kind of thing, but I thought I'd be remiss in not kind of making aware of an issue that I think affects all of us. And you know, over the past several years, there's been a lot of conversation, not just here, but across the state about short-term rentals, and we're not insulated from them. Over the past 3 years, many of our home buyers, secondary residents, and even corporations now have chosen to buy properties specifically on the lake and list them as short-term short-term Airbnbs or VBOs. The reality of that is there's nothing really more destructive that hollows you out from the inside to the outside than a large amount of short-term rentals. That's why you'll see places in Traverse and downstate and different places that are legislating that now. I'll give you an idea, in proximity to my house on Oak Street right now, there's, if I just go 5 houses, I have about 9 houses down from Churchill Point, 8 or 9. And in that 5-house grouping right now, there are 2 full-time residences. There's 2 VRBOs, there's a 3rd one that's going to be added. You'll have, so, and if I extend that to a 10-house stretch along the lake right now, there's another person that just put it in last year in the VRBO, and there's talk of another one, which would be 2 full-time residences, 5 short-term rentals, and then a couple of seasonal rentals. If that's not a wake-up call to us, I don't know what is. And like I said, at the present time, there's a lot of communities that are legislating against that and or capping them or mandating that they become long-term rentals. In Alcona Township, I'll use that as an example, short-term rentals are not permitted in R1, which means anyone or any company wishing to establish a VRBO investment on Hubbard Lake is automatically pushed to this township because we don't regulate it. We have no caps on it. So they'll automatically move here because of that. I know that probably there's an idea that maybe the state would step in and legislate that on a broader scale, but I don't think that that's in our best interest. I personally, the state doesn't have an investment here, we do. And I think it's our fiduciary responsibility and our community's responsibility to legislate what we feel is necessary to keep the community whole. And so I guess to end that, I guess I would just say I respectfully request that the township take an accelerated view of what short-term rentals mean to this community, what they are long-term, what that might mean to us and our investments. And I just, like I said, request that you guys really take a hard look at it because it's really, at least in the stretch where I'm living, and I don't know, I can't say if that's all of it, it's out of control. It's really out of control. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Looks to me. I have bases at the moment. You're very welcome. They're very nice. I'm quite happy with them. The sign has been ordered. I gave all of you a chance to look at it, and I made one slight change of dropping it down a little bit for you, so it looks like these do more so. When I get a chance, I'm going to, you guys tell me how you feel about it, but look at a quote to finish the fence on the left field side, so that people are living there. The Mennonite kids tell me sometimes they get upset if they have all over in the yard. And it's just a short stretch there, so I think it's something we should do. It may be a parking lot, small parking area. So I was going to get quotes on them just so we have an idea. And I still keep watching for youth bleachers. Eventually we'll find one close. I've had a couple of meetings with FEMA in regards to the ice storm, and I am trying to select receipts. When the storm cleanup is done, that's one of the ones we're waiting for. So we're still working on some possible reimbursements to the township for this when we did the warming station in our cleanup. Other than that, that's all I got that's not on the agenda. Everybody have a chance to review some of these minutes? Any questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Motion to approve the minutes. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Haley, it's your turn. Oh, you're not there. I'm sorry.
just wanted to thank everyone who came out and voted for elections. And for the election workers, we were shorthanded because a lot of people were still south. So we were shorthanded, but it ended up being A-okay. We had more than enough for the day. Just wanted to report what the final billing is looking for. I think I have everything. I'm gonna wait another week before I send it, but it's looking at $3,344.62.
That's just what we have to charge, what we will be charging.
We will be charging the school for it, yep.
Also, while we're on that subject, thank you for the sloppy joe.
Oh, yeah. And God was stepping up with minutes notice. Thanks, God.
Well, you did, you came out, because we had so many people cancel, and at the last minute, you came through. Anything else?
Nope, that was all.
I'm sorry for that.
It's okay.
There was a state of Michigan deposit in April, and I was like, do that, or I will do that money market, or interest. So I'll do that. That's
You're ready to go.
We didn't have a planning commission meeting this month due to lack of agenda items. We did get homework. And that homework is to study other areas with lakes and short-term rentals. Thanks, Anthony.
Sorry it took so long.
Hopefully they don't get graded. Well, yeah. Don't put that spoon in your mouth.
He doesn't have anything tonight, he wants another plate.
We already know it.
Well, didn't have anything exciting to talk about for May 13th, but it is Memorial Day coming up. And I want to reemphasize again what I spoke about last year on Memorial Day, and I think it bears repeating. Question is, what is Memorial Day? Well, it is an American holiday, and it's observed on the last Monday of May. This year it happens to fall on May 26th. It is a day of honoring and mourning the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. It was originally known as Decoration Day. It was first observed by many communities after the Civil War, when the nation suffered more than 620,000 military deaths, roughly 2% of the total population at the time, making the Civil War the most deadliest military conflict in our history. General John A. Logan, Commander-in-Chief of the Grand Army of the Republic, chose May 30th, 1868 as a day to decorate the graves of Union troops across the nation, whose bodies now lie in almost every city, village, township, cemetery, and including Pleasant View Cemetery. As a sign of the continuing divide in this country after the Civil War, the southern states for a long time had their own Confederate Memorial Days, most commonly on the anniversary of the death of Stonewall Jackson on May 10th, or the birth of Jefferson Davis on June 3rd. For decades, Memorial Day continued to be observed on May 30th, but in 1968, our U.S. Congress passed the Uniform Monday Holiday Act, which established Memorial Day as the last Monday in May to create these 3-day weekend for federal employees. Change went into effect in 1971. The same law also declared Memorial Day as a federal holiday. It wasn't until America's entry into World War II that that tradition was expanded to those killed in all wars, with America deeply already embroiled in the Vietnam War. In December 2000, Congress passed the National Moment of Remembrance Act. National Moment of Remembrance Act encourages all Americans to observe a moment of silence for at least 1 minute wherever you are at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. To remember those who have died in military service to the United States. Now, some of the other participants who observed this moment of remembrance are Major League Baseball. All games will halt at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Amtrak train whistles will sound across the country at 3 o'clock. NASCAR, Taps Across America, NASA, Wounded Warriors Projects, the American Legion, the VFW, even the National Grocers Association. Everything comes to a halt, a moment of silence for at least 1 minute at 3 o'clock, Memorial Day. Now, Memorial Day has a specific purpose, and maintaining that purpose is important. While there are dozens of ways you can honor America's fallen, this Memorial Day, here are a few things that you should avoid doing to maintain the spirit of the day. Do not wish anyone a happy Memorial Day. Do not do that. This is not Christmas. Memorial Day was not founded in joy, with the promise of bringing happiness each year for those that have lost family, such as parents, a spouse, a son, a daughter, grandparent, aunt, uncle, or friends through military service. This day is far from happy. If you feel the need to say something, just try saying, well, have a meaningful Memorial Day. This is a deeply personal day. Despite what this day has transitioned to in our culture, this day was established to honor and remember America's fallen. Another thing you don't want to do not thank the current troops. At least don't thank them just because it's Memorial Day. It's not considered appropriate to thank a veteran for his or her service on Memorial Day. This day is set aside specifically for America's fallen warriors from every war, not the living. While the sentiment is always appreciated, save your thanks for a different day, like Armed Forces Day or Veterans Day. Third thing, don't disregard the importance of Memorial Day. Fourth thing, don't forget that Memorial Day even exists. By allowing this day to become synonymous with discounts from everything from cars to furniture to pool supplies, TVs, refrigerators, that's not what this holiday is about. When this holiday becomes simply a highly anticipated extra morning to sleep in, instead of a day of reflection and appreciation from what it was meant to be, we disrespect those fallen troops. When we only focus on the backyard barbecues, the potato salad, or the discounts on retail sales items, we allow the true meaning of Memorial Day to become lost. I still say you can grill some amazing steaks, find that perfect mattress on sale. Just don't forget to raise a glass in honor of those servicemen and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice. It is the perfect time for an outdoor event or a cozy gathering centering around gratitude and remembrance. But it is a day of reflection rather than celebration. This is a day of mourning. Fifth thing, don't let politics keep you from rendering respect. Even if you don't agree with the idea of war, or the reasons America goes to war, or the policies of a particular president who is the commander-in-chief. During a specific war, it doesn't matter. Your right to disagree with the reasons of war shouldn't be separate from your opinion of the troops themselves. So take some time out from the barbecues and family get-togethers and visit one of the national cemeteries or any of our local cemeteries on this Memorial Day. Maybe even Pleasant View Cemetery here in Spruce. We currently have 207 veterans who have taken up residency there, 5 of whom are Civil War veterans, 8 are Spanish-American War veterans. Leave some flowers or a wreath, a coin, or a stone as a sign of respect. On Memorial Day, the United States flag is flown at half-staff from sunrise to 12 o'clock noon only, then raised to full staff. Why is that? Now, myself not being the sharpest knife in the drawer, I had to look this up. So the question is, why is the flag only at half-staff until noon on Memorial Day? I'm so glad so many of you asked. We reserve the morning hours on Memorial Day to mourn the more than 1 million Americans who lost their lives in service. At noon, their memory is raised by the living who resolve not to let their sacrifice be in vain, but to rise up in their stead and continue the fight for liberty. Raising the flag to full staff at noon on Memorial Day symbolizes our commitment as a country to keep the memory of our fallen soldiers alive, just as we continue to fight for and defend our living freedoms. The United States flag code states, the flag represents a living country, and it is itself considered a living thing. Which is why on this especially solemn and significant flag holiday, we raise the stars and stripes to the top of our flagpoles so we can remember that our nation and its ideals live on, thanks to the many who died fighting for it. Now, this week Thursday, May 15th, is National Police Officers Memorial Day, this Thursday. The United States flag will be flown at half-staff this Thursday from sunrise to sunset. 6:05 a.m. to 8:55 p.m. We have a lot of great sites available for adoption yet in Pleasant View Cemetery. Our wonderful sexton, Cindy, has the adoption certificates, and she would be more than happy to accommodate your wishes. One thing to remember, our U.S. flag doesn't fly because of the wind that moves it, but it's because of the last breath of life that each soldier, sailor, airman, or guardian who died protecting it. That's what moves that flag. May we never forget their sacrifice. That's all that I have for today. Just thought it was important to re-emphasize just what Memorial Day is really all about.
Thanks, Jim. You been up to the cemetery yet tonight?
Yes, we
Okay, because today, I believe Nick went in and worked there.
Get all that chipping?
He was doing the chipping, but I haven't been up there today. But I'm gonna go in when he's done and I'll go pick up all the old flowers and stuff. And then he can get it mowed and we should be in much better shape.
Yeah, there was still a lot of Christmas
Yeah.
decorations.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go row to row and I'll
There
get
was some trees that needed to be trimmed yet.
Yeah, he got the stuff that was up high, so.
Yeah.
So maybe when you're done here tonight, we'll run up there. Okay? Okay. Thank you. I wanna watch you run.
My wife walked on, that's why I got a truck.
Road projects. One of the things that Jesse Campbell and I have been discussing, and it's for all three townships, is Mount Moriah Road. He tried first to get an idea of what it was gonna cost, and he hasn't been able to do that, so they're just gonna let it out for bids. At one point, he was talking $600,000 for our section. The county would pay, the county road commission pays 50% of that. So we'd still be $300,000 for our share. But we won't know until he gets the bids. If we need to make 2 payments and not do road projects for 2 years, we can do that too. But for right now, part of it was the ceiling, and we need to do the ceiling of the pavement. So that is 62.
1,466.
Okay. We've got to save it. Even if we don't do the overlay till next year, we've got to save that road. So I had recommend that we go ahead and do this contract. As for the other roads in the township, he said that we've been really good. We've done a great job of getting the roads in this township up to snuff. And a lot of the ones that are kind of on the schedule all need millings, which we can't get for a couple of years.
I think he said this is the worst one according to the state.
The state of Michigan, that's the worst road
In our
we have
township.
in our township. So that'll be the last of the bad roads.
Has there ever been any talk of doing like a bicycle thing at the same time you do the
Okay, good. No.
money or just nobody ever thought?
There's no room on the side of the road, John, for starters. No. There may be some changes in the way the lanes are set up after we pave it. So it'll be like I ride my bike on Howard Lake Road, I love it, because there's that much room.
I know on the west side, all the curves and all the stuff, it's pretty dangerous.
Yep. You know, it's hard, because even if you put 4-foot wide path, then pretty soon we're gonna have people going this way, that way, walking their dogs. I don't know how we'd ever make everybody happy. The people that like to walk, I keep telling them, there's a beautiful 80-acre parcel on the top of Hickey Hill. All you gotta do is drive there, and you will have the most beautiful, peaceful walk you can imagine. But no, there is no plans for a bicycle path.
I was going to mention too, Cindy, because John brought it up, that crossed my mind too, was the idea. Yeah, no, but it went through my mind too, was that there are safety grants that in case the road commission wanted to go safety grant, maybe to explore adding something to that road, because there is, I mean, every time we drive up
Oh, yeah.
that road, there's people walking in the lanes with their dogs, I mean, and bikes and stuff, so it would make sense.
Well, Jesse and I have been talking about this, probably talked to Anthony about it too, is pulling the lanes in, making them so they're not so wide. So when you're driving, you don't think you're on a great big road, and you're gonna go, and then that will give more room for the shoulder of the road.
I just know that, you know, I don't drive the trucks down there like I used to, but we used to have so much trouble taking a dump truck, pulling a trailer, heavy equipment. And it's one thing meeting another vehicle, but then when somebody's on a bicycle too, it's kind of like, well, now what do you do? You know, it's just.
So, like me, that just kind of, oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, some don't pay no attention, it's pretty bad. Luckily, I never run anybody over, but it's tough.
Yeah, but it has happened. Okay, you're back, where were they? All right, I had mediation on here, but I was hoping we would talk to our attorney. Oh, sorry. I got talking to them for Dow on it. Okay, the road contract.
I'll make a motion to enter into contract with Alcona County Road Commission to tar and chip and log seal 3.22 miles of Mount Moriah Road at a cost not to exceed $61,466.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Carried. Thank you.
I thought I missed it.
Okay, so just get mediation. I said I thought that we talked to our attorney, but we haven't talked to him yet.
So we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, because we can't really talk about anything. Done. So we have received several letters, emails, and phone calls regarding our zoning and enforcement, but I think we can discuss them after we talk to the attorney too. Just a quick note, where we're talking about cases. There's an ongoing lengthy blight case that we are finally seeing some cleanup at, and I just want to thank the citizens that have stepped up and helped that person clean up.
I just came by there on my way here, and I see there's a bulldozer in there. Looks like must have somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as it gets cleaned up. Been a long time coming. I've also been getting a lot of complaints about transfer station on US 23. I think you've gotten them too.
Is this under?
No, I'm just leaving it right here under that mediation. I'm just
Okay.
talking about legal law.
Okay,
Just
I just didn't know if I was supposed to be taking minutes for all this, or?
I talked to Eagle today about it, and they told me that he's already been given 2 violations. He's been fined by the court. He pays the fine. He keeps doing what he's doing. So, I'm gonna be meeting with them to see if there's not a solution that we can come up with. And he just got a complaint yesterday about the person's home no sneaks.
I got 2 phone calls.
It's bad. And there is a complaint form on our website.
That's what I told them.
If you because if you call me and you don't want to do that complaint form, I can say something to our ordinance enforcer, and he's going to say, I need a written complaint. Signed. It doesn't mean he's going to tell the person who signed it, but he needs a contact person. So just wanted to throw that out there that they can do that. Okay. And possible recommendation for the PC, that's up to the board, but it was in regards to the Airbnbs, the short-term rentals. But I'd just like to refer that the board look into them, whether we need them or not need them, and they come up with a recommendation.
I thought you had someone that quit when I saw that.
Oh.
Like there was a recommendation, like somebody, I was like, who quit?
Yeah, no, that was my, yeah. So I don't know if anybody had an issue with that.
I think we'll listen to what the planning commission has to say to us if they're doing the homework on it already, right? Did I need to do homework?
No, we just
No,
have
you're
to
telling
say, no, we need to ask him if we need to let the planning commission know that we would like them to look at it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay. Does anybody object to that? Okay. The North End part. Hunter, our trustee, custodian for how many years now? 3, 4, 5? I don't know, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Has resigned. He's made it through college and he's on to bigger and better things, I think.
I hope.
For the time being, I've been doing it, and if the board is inclined, I would like to keep doing it for at least this summer. I kind of want to get a grasp of with the new additions that we put down there, if we need to do it more often. It's up to you guys if you want me to advertise anything, but I don't know.
Okay. And the same rate?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yes. I think we should make a motion on that since it comes to pay.
Okay, go.
I'll make a motion to hire Cindy Apsey at the current rate to be the North End Park custodian. Effective. Been doing it, I want to go back to May 1st, so you can get a full month's pay next month.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded, and I'm abstaining. All in favor?
Yes.
You weren't doing it at 5 months, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started in April, wasn't that when I was supposed to start?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
So there's 1 month that, no, you were supposed to start in April.
I don't want to.
But we're gonna go back to 5 months.
Yeah, I don't want to get paid for April, that was my own doing. We applied for our last draw, and to close out the grant, we're probably gonna, I'll get you the exact amount when you come in so you know where it's, I hate how that system works. They send us money and they don't tell us what it's for.
I have no idea what that.
Yeah.
Last one, so.
Yeah. I want to thank my husband for getting the signs up that were required for us to get the grant finished, but I don't know why the big sign at the docks that has the park rules on it, I would screw it up and it would be hanging upside down. And I would screw it back up and be hanging upside down. So Mr. Epsy, it will never do that again. The whole sign's gone. Yeah, I think somebody was screwing with me. So the whole sign is gone. So they're really screwing with Mr. Epstein. No worries.
So do we have to get another one?
Yes.
Can we look at the cameras? Do you know what came up missing?
Yeah, it's way over, but it's by the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shows that hard.
Anyways. Tyler Purdue does pressure washing of buildings. And he's stopped down at the park a couple times and talked to me about steam cleaning and pressure washing, whichever you call it. He will do the entire building, the sidewalks around it, the insides of the bathrooms, and the standalone, same thing, for $200. That's cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
So I would like to do that. If the board doesn't mind, I asked him while he's doing it to figure out how much he charges to come in as needed and do the toilets. Because people don't seem to be able to put it where it's supposed to belong. So I don't know how much that's gonna be, but I'd like a motion to hire.
How often?
Wait, see what happens, yeah, how it goes. And as far as the toilets, I don't know anything yet, so I can come back and we can decide that. Yeah, this is $200 for one time.
Okay.
And it needs it back.
Oh, yeah, it does.
The standalone is locked. It's awful.
There's no way it gets to where it's at.
No, the
Yeah.
walls are not where it belongs. And the building needs it, and so do the sidewalks.
Mhm.
So I'll entertain a motion to have Tyler do that.
I'll make a motion to have Tyler approve
Purdue.
Power wash, the North End Park building, and toilet, standalone toilet and sidewalks around it for $200.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. The storm cleanup in our parks and the cemetery is happening right now. We should be just about done. What's wrong? What did I do? I put it on there twice. Yeah, twice. I know.
It's not on any place.
It's not mine twice. Anyways. So the storm cleanup's going on right now. Should be done shortly. He's chipping up he took the big trees out last week and he was going around and chipping up all the branches and wood and stuff. At our Folsom, the North End, and the cemetery.
That was the motion we made last time, right? The higher.
It was an emergency we talked about. Porta potty at Folsom Park. I called Wilson Septic out of Hale for $175 because we always used Alcona Septic and they're no longer doing porta potties anymore. And Alpena Septic is $200 a month, and I think for the $25 difference a month, we should use the businesses in our township. But that is up to the board.
What was the other place you called?
Wilson's in Hale. They were $175. Alpena Septic is $200 a month, plus Alpena Septic charges us $25 to set it up the first time. But that's up to the board. I think since they're
I'll make a motion to hire Alpena Septic at $200 per month.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
While we were doing the cooking in the kitchen there for the warming station, Haley and I were talking about, it was Haley's idea to put a newsletter in our tax bills. Because I wanted to get it out to the people that anytime there's a storm in this township, or, you got power outages, we will open the hall. You don't need to announce it. Somebody will get here and they will get it open. But we were wondering about other information, and that's
Like stuff, putting like an insert in our tax bills. I love to do like a frequently asked question,
that's a good idea.
thing about taxes. After our treasurer's meeting when we went with the county, I got lots of ideas from the treasurers around in Alcona County, so. But I'm not doing a newsletter and putting the, like an insert on our tax bills for July.
We get one
we
sheet.
What's that?
We get one page. You can answer.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I would say one page, otherwise.
and do you have to send it to them before they send out the tax bills to have them stuff in it?
I would need it by like the middle of June, because I'd have to send it when I send all the tax bill stuff, ACI to print, because they go out July 1st. So we have like, now till,
Next week.
yeah.
And if there's room on your little thing, maybe I'll add a few questions and answers on how to become an election worker.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, we don't have to do it every time either, like,
No.
we do a newsletter, but if there's stuff that we want to add to it.
Maybe something on cemetery, the great
I'll-
adoption.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
really
that would
good
be
idea.
great, one there too.
And maybe we all need to get our ideas together and see how much room we're gonna take up.
To mail for July, for them to go out July 1st, I have to mail it to them, or send it to them the 11th or the 17th of June. So that's,
When's our meeting?
our meeting for our next meeting will be the 10th.
Okay.
So we have all of our stuff together.
Okay. And I'll help you, shape it all up. Okay. All right. Those to be paid?
If those are presented, there is one that we will add to it. That's to Verizon for $48.76. And that's because I thought this wasn't turned off and it's Fulton Creek cameras,
Yeah,
the internet for that, so we do have to pay that one. So I suggest if we approve them to also include the Verizon bill.
4876.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills, including the Verizon bill for $48.76.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Our county commissioner couldn't be here tonight, we didn't have anything that we needed. I needed to update us on. Any comments from the board? Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll support.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, thank you everyone.
All right, like that, right?
Heard any more about the library? I'm just curious, if you're going to for a couple months and want to come back, I haven't heard anything.
We were talking with them, and the last communication that we got from them was that they were supposed to send us a proposal of what they wanted.
Yeah.
The last email we got was that they were gonna go without us. They felt they couldn't come to an agreement with us, so.
They're gonna go without you?
Yeah, they don't need our help anymore, what an email said, they had other avenues to go.
I haven't heard, okay, I haven't heard anything, I was wondering, they haven't said no more to me, so.
Yeah, and I don't know what their, I missed the meeting last night about it, so I don't know what their intended opening date is now.
I found